It's affordable.
But I'm not going to give them like a 1 star because I don't like Scotch ales. I'm going to be like, you guys nailed it.
That's the whole thing. Why I'll never do Yelp, and I never do. I'm pretty much giving away the video I'm making right now. I'll never do Yelp. I'll never do Google reviews. I'll never do Untapped. I like Untapped in the aspect of like I can remember what beers I had, like treat it like a Pokedex. Mm-hmm. Like I had that beer. That's how I thought about it at the time. But you see, like I pour beer. I've been pouring beer for about 5 years. As soon as you pour a customer a beer, you give it to them, and they pull out their phone and they start doing all this Untapped bullshit. It drives me crazy. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And oh my god, like Untapped, dude, give you like 4 out of 5 stars, man. Like, beer's great. The beer's so good, man. But like, you didn't have any vegan options from the food truck, and like, you didn't say hi to me when I walked in at the door. And it's like, well, what the fuck did that have to do with like the beer? Mm-hmm. Like, vegan option? Oh, they don't have dog friendly, dog service friendly shit. It's like, what's that have to do with the beer? Oh, the train goes by and it's super loud, and you know.
Dude, the funniest Yelp review I saw where I work at Booze Brothers was
they didn't let me bring my 16 dogs in. And,
no, they
fuck the beer.
They gave us a 1-star review and said our toilets were too clean and they were so bright that the person couldn't see in the bathroom, and they were literally like, yeah, the toilets are so bright that I just can't stand being in the bathroom.
And the ultimate... And
I'm like, why would you go to a brewery and rate someone on their... I could understand if you said, like, their toilet paper sucked or something, but just the fact that our toilets were too clean and that's what bothered you, it seems like the worst review in the whole world.
Well, the thing about just reviews in general is, like, does America need to have any more, like, sense of entitlement or, like, victim mentality? Like, oh, I had a bad hamburger... Oh, I had one bad experience. Now I'm going to go write on a website for this poor mom and pop place. This like single father raising 3 kids that his hamburger sucks. Ultimately, you're doing that to deny them income. You're doing that to deny them business. If I have a bad hamburger, I tell my friends and I never go there again. Like, that's it. I don't need to get on Google reviews and let people know. Not every experience is going to be different from one customer to the next. You're not going to get the same treatment no matter where you go any time, except probably In-N-Out.
Yeah.
But if you go into a business that's like kicking ass and they're firing on a Friday night, and you don't get like, you know, A+, you get your asshole licked, and you have a problem with that, and you're going to bash them, it's like, go back on like a Tuesday night. Like, you can't knock somebody for being slammed more normal than their typical, you know, what staff is or their understaffed is.
Oh yeah, I've definitely had people on a Friday night like trying to tell me their life story, and I'm like, do you not see the line behind you?
Oh, people come in back in the day when I worked at Booze Brothers. When I would go out the door.
Can I also order a flight? You're like, no, dude.
Not only that, they'd get like 3 tasters, and they're like, I'll just get a flight, and I'm like, you just had a fucking free one. Like, there's a line out the door. Like, what's the matter with you? And it's generally middle-aged women, you know. Well, they got dragged there. They're Chardonnay drinkers. You're kind of up shit creek without a paddle. You know, they'll just try your beer straight up your face. You're like, oh, I don't like that. That's not good. I'm like, well, what are you in the mood for? They're like, Chardonnay. I'm like, we don't have Chardonnay. And they're like, you know how much more money you'd make if you guys like sold wine? I'm like, yeah, but we'd make a lot more money too if we sold cocaine and guns and motorcycles.
We're just a brewery. We're not a winery.
We don't. So, I don't even know if Untapped's still kind of a thing. Again, if you use it as like a point of reference for you. But the weird thing about Untapped too is like beer's got alcohol in it, right? So you're drinking beers all day. And now you can start like judging things when you're buzzed or drunk. Like, how reliable of a source are you even being to yourself? Especially with like sours or red wine. Like, that shit fries your mouth. Yeah. That has really low pH.
Well, one thing I noticed is like beer festivals and like especially was, you know, you go to a beer festival and you're hoping to like promote your brewery and people will be stoked on it. But what I noticed is people only remembered what was like really bad.
Oh, for sure. Bad news travels way faster.
Most of the reviews, like, everyone has a good time at a beer festival. You're hanging out with your friends.
See, that's...
By the end of it, you're hammered, you're having food, but you're always going to remember what was, like, the bad one.
Right.
Or the bad ones. And that's all people ever talk about. Like, oh, I'm not going to go to that brewery because they had shit beer.
So there's two types of like.
But they're not going to remember like you because you had good beer.
Like growing up, you ever have the teacher? There's two types of teachers. Like one of them starts you with an A, and then one of them starts you with an F. So the guy that starts you with like the A that comes in, it's like he's looking for flaws straight off the bat.
Yep.
He's looking to complain. Anything. Bathroom. Wait too long for the parking lot. Like.
Yep. It's like someone throwing down $20 to a waitress and being like, here's your tip if you don't fuck up.
And the thing about that,
and
like,
every time you fuck up, they pull $1 away. It's just like
Chris Elliott from
such a dick move.
Groundhog's Day. The thing about that, it's like we do Homebrew for Life channel. We're not like beer snobs. We're not beer snobs at all. If we make shit beer, we're still gonna drink it. It's still gonna get drank down to every last drop. Yeah. I swear on my grandmother's urn on that.
Yeah.
Everyone's a critic. Everyone's got some social media, Google review account. That shit really does probably a lot more bad than it does good. Here's how, when me and my girlfriend go traveling, what we'll do is my girlfriend will go to like a restaurant or a brewery and see what other people posted. Don't go to the restaurant's Instagram. Don't go to the restaurant's website. See what other people are posting. So you actually see organic experiences and what the food really looks like. Mm-hmm. It's not like Michael Douglas from, you seen the movie Falling Down?
Yeah.
Or he's like, he looks at the Big Mac.
Oh, he's
and then
like,
he gets
look
it,
at
it's like
this.
this smushed up. Like, so he just pulls out an Uzi. It's like, man, like, I can't take this shit, dude.
That's like every place you go to nowadays. Sucks.
Except for In-N-Out.
Yeah.